We have breaking news that Major League Baseball, the MLB, is pulling the All-Star Game from Atlanta, Georgia, because the Republicans in Georgia launched a fundamental attack on democracy through their new voting rights legislation. And baseball has said, so long as that law exists, we will not do that business in Georgia. I want to read you the statement. Over the last week, we have engaged in thoughtful conversations with clubs, former and current players, the Player Association, the Players Alliance, among others, to listen to their views. I have decided that the best way to demonstrate our values as a sport is by relocating this year's All-Star Game and MLB Draft. Major League Baseball fundamentally supports voting rights for all Americans and opposes restrictions to the ballot box. In 2020, MLB became the first professional sports league to join the nonpartisan Civic Alliance to help build a future in which everyone participates in shaping the United States. We proudly used our platform to encourage baseball fans and communities throughout our country to perform their civic duty and actively participate in the voting process. Fair access to voting continues to have our game's unwavering support. We will continue our plans to celebrate the memory of Hank Aaron during this season's All-Star festivities. In addition, MLB's planned investments to support local communities in Atlanta as part of our All-Star Game legacy projects will move forward. We're looking for a new city as we speak. And so basically that is bang on, guys. 100%. What Major League Baseball is doing is crucial. They are making racism expensive. You got to do it. You got to put negative financial incentives to doing things like restricting the rights of black people and other minorities and poor people. That's what they did in Georgia. There's no nuance here. There was no goddamn fraud. Donald Trump was lying. All these Republican ghouls were lying. What happened, and I've said this before and I'll keep saying it, black people had the audacity to win. They had the audacity to win an election in Georgia. A state with a lot of black people, but that constantly elected Republicans. Black people kept on organizing, they kept on fighting, and they gave the state's electoral college votes to Biden, and they gave their Senate seats to Ossoff and Warnock, and Republicans are still furious because how dare black people win? And so they said, screw it, we're going to take away the right of voting from these people in subtle ways, not fully, not unequivocally, not in a direct way where they say in the law this is being done to harm black people, but in effect, that is the effect, right? That's the intent here. No doubt in any reasonable person's mind, Brian Kemp and the Georgia Republicans on the order of Donald Trump and the National Republicans in many ways are making it harder for black people to vote in Georgia. And there's other states doing the same thing, specifically to target black people and other minorities. And so baseball is doing the right thing here. They're still going to honor Hank Aaron, who's an Atlanta legend. He's a Georgia legend. They're still going to help local communities in Georgia like they promised as part of this project, but they're not going to financially reward Atlanta, Georgia, and the wider state for basically upholding this attack on democracy. And that's the right thing to do. You have to have racists be faced with the fact that people are uniting against them. Whether it's businesses, whether it's workers, whether it's civil rights groups, and whether it's just regular Joe and Jane American by the hundreds of millions. They need to know that it won't be tolerated anymore. And maybe next time they'll think that if they practice actions that are anti-black, it's going to hit them in the green.